Yo, what's up guys, it's Soffi here, coming up at you. Today we're taking on Daily Race C at Watkins Glen. But a crucial mistake and a big incident on the first lap will prevent us from scoring a high result. Let's find out if we can recover. So let's do our homework, chat. It's 11 laps around Watkins Glen. We're allowed to use the racing hards and racing softs. We're in the group 3s and there's 2x fuel wear and 5x tyres. So it's looking like a one-stop strategy during the race as ever. I'm going to show you my best quali lap before we get into the race. Coming onto the back straight to start our lap time. Looking for around the end of the grass for our braking point for turn 1. More specifically the bit where the grass comes in. So actually technically more grass. So that's my bad. Not the best of exits as we didn't take turn 1 too well. The Ghost gaining on us ahead by about a tenth as we come on to the back straight. We're going to really commit through the bus stop chicane though as the Ghost resets just behind us at the sector line. Look at that, double apex as we come through bus stop. That's probably one of the best times I had taken it in that quali session. Committing all the way through the long hairpin, almost breaking track limits, but being really confident on power. Missing the braking point by a little bit, however, for the very next hairpin. Square it off on the exit, coming down to the third hairpin in a row. Car's going to want to slide out on me. We resist it. Once again, squaring off the exit to get a better one than the Ghost. 2.5 tenths a better sector than the last PB, which puts us 1/10 ahead on the Delta. Into this next right and left-hander. This left-hander was pretty tricky actually. Took a few times to master it and get the line right. But that was one of the best times I'd taken it. Here we go, 2.5 tenths up purple as we enter the last couple of corners. Once again, really committing, getting on the power. Probably could have gotten the power a little bit earlier as well. And then through the final corner, not too shabby. Releasing the throttle very slightly as we come up to the exit, just to make sure we don't hit the wall. It's 1:44.972, which put us P5 for the race. Pay good attention there. Do you guys see that there's 16 drivers in that point? It's quite suspicious, isn't it? As I remind everyone to have a clean race. Because as we come up to the next graphic which shows the grid, 2 people had already exited the race and we were already down to just 14 drivers, as you can see here. For some reason, unfortunately, none of them were ahead of us, so we remain in P5 at the start. Of course, the long as ever wait to get the race underway. We're going to skip forward to when the race does get underway. Start. Of course, we're in the, what is this, the 296 GT3. Not the meta car for this. You wanted either the BRZ or the M6, so let's see how well we can do in our anti-meta car. Here's a mistake we're making into turn 1. You can't get up onto that second level of the curb because that's going to compromise the turning circle of the car. Losing lots of time on the exit. Losing a place to Greek driver in the M6. We're going to lose another place, or are we? Unfortunately, this is where our big incident on lap 1 is going to take place. The driver alongside us, really not alongside. You'd expect him to back out. He doesn't. We only just recover from that, but we lose a total of 4 positions in the process. Car 1257 is going to try and hang around the outside of us at the long hairpin. We're going to keep it around the outside. He's got the top speed. Let's try and hold it. We're going to dive down the inside of Dude just to make use of his bad exit. 4 positions lost out of that incident. I really do not see myself to blame for that incident at the bus stop because I don't know why the Dutch driver did not back out. It's really confusing for me. Using our line around the outside to get the switch back on Billy. Can we make this move stick on the inside? We're looking for that second brake mark board on the left. Clip the apex, get on the power. The move's done. Perfect. Back up to P9. Little bit of mitigation here. And it's all completely undone as we go wide at the left-hander. Back down to P10. Not the lap 1 of dreams that I was hoping for. Bit of battling up ahead. Big incident at the bus stop, which means we can profit from that and gain another position. Looks like we found who's to blame for the incident, as the BMW driver ahead, car 1257, gets a 5-second penalty. Certainly not his first of the video. You might want to keep an eye on him later in the race. This is unfortunately where we're going to have a big mistake of our own here. I was looking for the 100 meter board, but because the boards on the left are in yards, I was looking for 100, saw it way too late. Had to use my instinct to avoid the driver ahead. I apologise to Billy. That was a stupid mistake of mine. And it's going to cost us a position to the BMW perhaps as well, who's going to hang it around the outside. Mitze makes it a position lost out of that. We've got Dude up the inside as well. He also does not back out despite not really being that much alongside. So we're going to use our inside line here to maintain position and reserve P9. A really poor mistake on my behalf. That's completely my fault, that incident up on the earlier straight. We're going to come on to lap 4. One of the drivers ahead, Hamilton 44, DNFs. That's us up to P8. Skipping a little bit further forward on that lap. A little penalty ahead, and certainly not the first penalty. You might notice I'm not losing too much time there, Billy. That's definitely a half-second penalty. Or a 1-second penalty. Weirdly for Billy, his woes would continue as inexplicably he was going so slow towards the end of lap 4. So that's us up into P7. We're going to take full advantage of that. A couple of drivers around us pitting as well. That's us up to P5 now. We've made our way back into the top 5. However, that's mainly because the guys around us could be on soft and may have made their pit stop in the early stages of the race. Car 1257, a better exit coming out of turn 1. He's made that move stick around the outside. It was very impressive actually how he made that stick. This is what the Dutch driver earlier should have done. Coming up to bus stop, lift off. You realise that move's not going to work. Lift off and allow the driver ahead to just take the line normally. You'll lose less time that way. Our patience pays off as car 1257 is given a 1-second penalty for track limits. And so we just need to remain within 1 second, and probably a bit more if you can afford that in other circumstances. But that means we comfortably retake P5. A couple of drivers pitting on lap 5, including the Dutchman from earlier. Keep an eye on that Dutchman for later as well, but for a lot later in the video. We're up into P3 now. We're onto the podium places for the first time. Coming up to bus stop here on lap 6. We're not going to clip our apexes as much as we would like. We're not going to carry as much speed through as we would like. The tyre's really hurting at this stage in the race. Look in the radar how much car 1257 closes in. But his catching up will all be undone, as if you take a look in the rear view cam, he's serving another penalty. Really see how much the tyres are starting to hurt, or really how much we're trying to push the car with the tyres hurting as well. We're actually catching Mitchie up ahead. Not sure how you say it. The Spaniard up ahead in his M6. We're actually gaining lots of time through each corner. You'll see he has a half-second penalty for most likely track limits as well. 1 second the gap at this point. We're going to keep reeling him in closer and closer as we come up to serve our pit stop at the end of this lap. Not only that, but he's going to serve his penalty. Can we make the move up the inside nice and safely? Look for the 200. Brake. Clip the apex. Probably clips it a little bit too much. Just trying not to touch the grass there at any point. But we make the move done. We're up into P2, chat, before we serve our pit stop. The tyre's really starting to go oversteer. Did I say chat just earlier? That's a bit of a habit, because I say that during my streams. Guys, remember to tune into my streams on Saturday and Sunday during the weekends. Some great content lined up for you over there. Not having practiced that pit lane entry in the past, really struggling with that pit entry. I always struggle with it. I find it so difficult just trying to keep it within that yellow line on the apex. So trying to be a bit conservative with it as well. Let's skip to the end of this pit lane. Here we go. Where are we going to find ourselves as we come out of the pit lane? It will still be P7. and quite comfortably P7, but we are 7.5 seconds behind P6. Just think how much closer we could have been had we avoided all the shenanigans at the start of the race. 8.3 seconds now, 8.4 by the time we get to bus stop. And you can just see how much more speed we can carry through and how much more grip we have now that we're on fresh softs, fresh rubber. And so it's time to break away from the guys behind and utilise our pace and the confidence we have in the car. Getro Gibbs is in the pits. Frenchman actually a little bit wide out of that final corner. So we're going to bring Mitchie back into quite comfortable slipstream range. We're going to have to go defensive here. We go defensive at the last second in nice F1 style. Can we make our defence stick? Oh no, that's riding the curb. We don't want to do that, riding the second stage of the curb. Mitchie really trying to force his way around the outside, but there's no car's width there. And he's going to pay the price for going somewhere he shouldn't be. As we look in the rear view mirror, again, it's another half-second penalty. I actually made the mistake of thinking this was car 1257 earlier, thinking it was him again with another penalty. Going to go defensive into bus stop. Fortunately, he's going to brake early and allow us to take the bus stop. And we are going to keep our lead. We are going to remain cool under pressure. We are going to remain ahead of Mitchie for now. Taking hold of P6. We come through the long hairpins. He's going to serve his penalty. A big sliding BMW there. Perhaps trying the sliding tactic to lose less time with a penalty. Maybe it went all wrong. Coming on to the end of lap 10. Car 1257 is behind us now. And him with a 1 second penalty. The Spaniards in their M6 Endurances really having a torrid time at the moment. Breaking track limits everywhere. Getting penalties everywhere. That puts us 1.6, 1.7 seconds ahead. We're setting PBs all over the place. 7 tenths up as we come through the last sector. Getting on the power pretty well. Can we hit our apex for the final corner? Yes. Getting on the power, not too bad. El Giraffe ahead has quit the race. He was the race leader. Bear that in mind. Unlucky guys. 6 tenths in the end we improved by to a 146.1. Going on to the final lap. Now the softs were the tyres that were starting to hurt. Taking these corners slower than we were when we were at this stage of tyre in the hards. That's not great. And coming through the hairpin, not having confidence to push as much either. Nonetheless, we were catching the guys who had started on the softs at this point. They were on the hards now, really deep through the second long hairpin. Through the next long hairpin, it's going to be even worse. Or is it? It's just a lot slower. Having to hit that curve, you don't want to do that because there's no grip on that curve. Still, having gained a 10th despite our compromised lines, looking in the rearview mirror, another penalty for car 1257. Torrid time at the end of that. Deep again. It's maybe the fault of having slightly missing my braking point, having missed my braking point at the corner, but still, tyres really beginning to hurt. Look at that. All the way up to the curb and then some. The last sector, just keep it clean for a good result. But it could have been a lot more had we avoided those incidents on lap 1 and 2, had the Dutchman who went on to finish P2 just given us some space. But it is what it is. We come across the line in P5, but it could have been so much more, having seen where the Dutchman went on to finish. He finishes P2 just 3 seconds behind the leader. It could have been maybe a fight for the win. Think about that. Think about that, guys, if we didn't get through all the shenanigans that we had been through. Nonetheless, I had to find the Dutchman who I had the collision with earlier, which was clearly my fault. I let him know it was not an intentional send. You can just see it from the way that I'm accelerating to the way behind. It's not an intentional send. Unfortunately, I don't know if he went on to see that because he never replied before the lobby timer ran out. He never exited the lobby either. I don't know if he ever saw my message. So if he is watching this video, sorry, habit, I apologize. Here's another view of the incident again. Look, he just refuses to back out. In that scenario, you do not keep it side by side. The top drivers certainly don't keep it side by side. Have a look here. That's how much alongside he is. That's not even a quarter of a car length alongside. In that scenario, you really should back out. And I don't see myself at fault for this incident. really. I think it was reasonable to believe that he would back out, certainly in an A-rated lobby. But hey, it is what it is. I'll let you guys put your thoughts in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did watch this till the end and enjoyed, then make sure you smash like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Really, despite not such a great race, I wanted to still bring this video out to show you that, you know, as much as I like to say, oh, be a clean driver and this and that, I'm not perfect either, and I have my mistakes, and I want to show you that I admit to my mistakes as well. Don't forget, guys, join the membership for just £1.99 a month for exclusive features, including early access to my latest videos. Join my Discord server, link is in the description, and that'll be all from me. Once again, smash like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always stay up, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace!